Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Mended Teacups, where we're sitting with our cups of tea, ready to chat with you about some of our home ed experiences. So, Helen, what's today's topic?
Well, today we thought we'd talk about teaching music in home education.
That sounds like a great idea.
I'm rather fond of music
Yes,
myself.
you are. You're definitely the musician of the two of us. So I'm looking forward to sitting and listening and learning.
But you like listening to music, so
I do, yes, but I don't have the knowledge that you do. So I'm looking forward to this one.
So, how do you incorporate music then? If you're not particularly a musician, how do you incorporate music into your home education?
Yes, well, it's something that I definitely do feel I don't have a huge amount of knowledge in. I like listening to music, but I don't have a huge amount of knowledge. So we listen to a lot of music, as in just put music on CDs kind of thing. And then I suppose we then do more kind of studying different composers and things, and we try and incorporate that. We maybe do a composer a term possibly, and try and learn little bit about them, and then going to concerts, things like that. So
Yeah.
I don't know, how about you?
Yes.
Because I'm sure yes, I'd like to learn, so
Well,
please tell me.
yes, I mean music's quite important to me, and I was brought up, playing music and so on. So all my children have had a chance to learn different instruments. But it's good to encourage, even if you're not particularly musical, to encourage you to incorporate music into your day. And I've just, I was sort of thinking, yes, have music playing, and one idea is to think about one composer for a while and play a lot of that composer and really get to know that composer rather than just generally having music playing. And I would say, I don't know how popular this will be, sing together every day.
No, that's great. Do you know, my husband used to do that with his family in the car, and I always think we don't do that. We listen to stories, but we don't sing together. So tell us about how you sing.
Well,
That sounds
at different
lovely.
times we've tried different things.
Yeah.
So for a while we would choose a hymn a week, and we would, for that week, we would sing the whole hymn every day. But each day I would explain the next verse a little bit to make sure the children understood what the verse was. But we would sing the whole thing every day, and we were sort of getting to know some hymns and some truths from those hymns through the week.
What a lovely idea.
When we were studying American history, the curriculum came with a set of American songs.
Yes.
And that was part of the curriculum, was to sing one of those each day.
So
you sing the same one every day for a week, so you kind of get to know it.
That's a really good idea. We've never done anything like that.
And that was really good fun, because those were some of the sort of national songs of America and some historic songs of America. So when I put together a British history collection curriculum, I looked for the equivalent for the UK.
That's a great idea.
So I came up with some song lists. What are the national songs? So what's the national song for Wales, Ireland, Scotland and England? What songs do you sing if you go to the rugby?
Yes.
Some of our historic songs, national anthems, those sort of things. But then also, what songs does quote unquote everyone in UK know?
Yes.
So I included Yellow Submarine on there.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Some of those sort of some of our folky songs from the past, and some of the popular songs from more recently as well, to try and give a kind of an idea. These are some typical songs of the UK, and we tried to sing one each day for a week.
That's a lovely idea.
Trying to learn it.
What a great idea.
And the other singing that we do is, we've got a really good curriculum of memory Bible verses set to music. So again, that's something singing we do. And of course, when the kids were littler, the songs would have been nursery rhymes and all those good.
Yes, and I suppose we did do that. And actually, yes, we did have lots of. We used to listen to particularly lots of kids' songs in the car when we were driving,
and sing along
in the kind of scripture songs and things like that. So we did used to do quite a lot of that, I suppose. But singing along with a CD.
Yes. And we've learned different songs over the years that we will still sing in the car, and some of the children's friends have realised that if you come in our car, you might get to sing.
I think that's great.
Some good fun songs.
Yeah.
So I think, I don't know if people realise how important singing is a good way of learning. It's a good it does great things to your brain and your breathing and all sorts, and of course it's that communal thing that you have a song that, oh, we used to sing this as a family. It's a family thing, isn't it?
Definitely. I think this is something we need to instigate into our family. I think this will be good.
Yeah, don't come to me, kids. Sorry about that. And you were talking about going to concerts, and I think it's really great if you can teach your children how to go to a concert and then take them to concerts. And they don't have to be these, big, expensive affairs, because if you look out for local wind bands and local brass bands
or local school orchestras,
they're often inexpensive concerts, not badly priced, and often they will be a set of shorter pieces, so they're a bit more accessible. You don't have to sit very still for very long. You can teach your children, this piece will be a few minutes long, and then at the end you can reel a bit and clap and move. And a plug for local bands. They love local wind bands. Local people love to have new audiences.
They do, yes.
They will be so welcoming to you and love to have you. And often the conductor, wind bands, I don't know if you know so much, wind bands and brass bands, your lips get tired, so the conductor will do a little talk in between each piece to give the players a bit of a break.
Right, okay.
So they usually rattle on a little bit about some interesting story about the music, so it's usually quite interesting to listen to as well. And you can look those up and find them. Especially if you live near a city. There's always going to be some kind of local group.
And actually, even living in the countryside, you can kind of pick things. Certainly, schools, local schools will do. We have a cathedral school quite near to us, and they do concerts, free concerts. You can go and listen to. And sometimes you can go into a cathedral and listen to the organ music as well, or you can go and listen to. I would love to do this. We've half done it before, but fidgety children, listening to evensong, kind of listen to the choral music. You can just go and sit and listen. But also, a local chap has got together various different musicians, and they play around in local churches, all the old churches that have good acoustics.
Lovely.
And that is just lovely. So that was a season in our lives that we used to go to quite a few of those concerts, and some of them the churches would then put on food at lunch, which is even better. That was bribery. If you sit through this concert, and so you'd be able to see the different instruments, and then go and talk to the musicians who played. So they come and play in the farmers market. When we in a farmers market in our town, and they play there, so we can go and listen to them. So there's sort of lots of places where we can kind of listen to music without actually having to pay an awful lot of money for it.
Yes, because it is really nice to see the music being made, isn't it?
It is.
It's beautiful listening to music on CDs. Obviously, it's fab. But to watch it being produced in front of you is something extra.
And sometimes different local orchestras and local choirs as well. So if you sort of keep an eye out, there's a lot just locally going on, even in a small place, I would imagine. Certainly there is for us, and we don't live in a big place, so I think there are things we can find.
It was nice. I keep an eye out for lunchtime concerts. There's two universities local to us, and some of the city centre churches occasionally do lunchtime concerts, and they're usually free. And again, it's a short period of time, so it's not a big ask for young children to sit through that, and they're often quite interesting. You can choose something that resonates. So I've gone to one particularly because there was an instrument that one of my children was learning, or I've gone to one because I knew it was going to be particularly a very rhythmic event that was quite loud and exciting to listen to.
Something we've started more recently doing, to kind of like splitting the kids with the older boys and younger girls, and it's something that myself and my husband take the two boys to, and we'll choose a concert, and we'll come up to Bristol and go to a concert together, or go into like our local small city with the kind of cathedral, and go to a concert together. And actually that's something, one of the boys loves music, and the other one loves music, but not quite so much the concert type music. So if food is there, that's a good bribe. But it's just actually also something about making a memory. It's something actually we do with our older kids, and actually that's a really, for me as a mum anyway, that's a really nice memory, something we do together. So, and I hope that they enjoy it too.
Yes, they will have good memories of that. They will. Yes.
Yeah.
I was thinking also we've you can read about music.
Yes,
You don't have to
course,
just play
yes.
it. Read about composers.
Yes.
There's good books. There's a set of music CDs called Mr. Bach Comes to Call, and Mr. Bach somebody lives upstairs. I can't remember who that. Beethoven lives upstairs.
Yeah.
So that's a book. I think it comes with a CD, and it sort of introduces you to that composer. But there's other ones around, aren't there?
Yes.
That you can find here and there.
We've got I think we were talking about earlier, weren't we, the Story of the Orchestra, which is a nice one, and Peter and the Wolf, which is a lovely one to introduce with a book that goes with it, a lovely one to introduce to all the different musical families. And you said another one which I hadn't heard of.
Oh yeah, the Carnival of the Animals, sound song.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful piece of music, really appealing to children. You can hear the animals being created in the different movements. And the other piece that's good is the pictures at an exhibition.
Right.
Because it is very visual, and you can find online the picture that each movement was meant to represent. Oh. And of course, talking about representative music, the Planet Suite.
Oh, of course,
by Holst, and you can really hear the different characters of the different planets as they're represented. And the
proms as well. We sometimes listened. We've never been to any, but we, sometimes we didn't this year, but we sometimes listened to the proms, and then the last night of the proms, would he come down in pajamas and and listen through? And if I'm organised enough, I'll do some food and sort of make a big thing of listening to the last night of the proms, which is a fun thing to do, definitely.
Yeah. So, of course, there's playing music.
Yeah.
And there's it's relatively straightforward to get a child playing a recorder.
Yes, yeah.
Or currently ukulele is the instrument of choice.
I've heard, yes.
They're not too expensive. They're not too difficult to pick up.
Yes.
But if you want to go on to a different kind of instrument, it's quite useful being a home educator, because you can sometimes leapfrog the waiting lists for the really good teachers because you can go in the day.
yes, definitely.
And certainly the teacher we wanted said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I've got no spaces," and we said, "Well, we could come in the day." Oh, well, in that case,
okay, yes.
So that was very helpful for us.
Helpful, yeah. Two of our kids, one did play, and she doesn't play a particular instrument anymore, but she's working towards doing something else. But the two of the boys both play instruments, and actually they started a band with some of their friends, and so that's a really fun thing to do, and they practice in our house as well, which is really nice to hear them, and they play at church, and that's been a really, again, I've been so gracious. I've been so grateful to God that we've been able to have those music lessons, and He's been gracious, been able to do that, because that we weren't, that's quite a big investment at the time, isn't it? But actually, I'm so grateful being able to continue them, because we're really seeing the outworking of that now in their enjoyment of music, and actually then being able to benefit other people from it as well, which has been really
nice. Lovely, isn't it, when it sort of comes full circle then, doesn't it? That they can use their music making.
Yes.
And I think I just can really encourage you to persevere with having music in your home, having music in your home ed journey, because I think children can find that a real time, isn't it? I know one of my children particularly will use music making as a relaxer, as a just coming out of the stresses of the day.
Yes, one
really
of mine
helpful.
is like that as well, and he will just put music on and just listen to music, and that's his. Whereas one of them will listen to audiobooks. That's his thing. He just loves to do. And the other one will put music on and will relax to music. And which is really good. And yes, music in the car as well is good, isn't it? But it's fun, and certainly so. And I really didn't particularly have I can play the piano a bit, but I really didn't have particularly music education. And so it's something I very much had to learn with the kids. But it's such fun. I really enjoy it, and I've made up a little kind of looked online and we've got ideas from different people and different things and different courses, and I've kind of made a worksheet of my own for the kids to use, and so we'll choose a composer and we'll do it sort of every half a term, and I'll try to include the boys in it as well, so we'll listen at meal times, because the boys obviously at a college, so I'm not home educating them anymore, but but we'll sort of try and do it, on a Saturday lunch. We'll listen to whatever composer we're playing. And I picked up just from a charity shop, the Friendly Guide to or the orchestra or composers. It's a classic FM book, a little paperback book, and that's just great because you can just read a little bit about the composer, and it's just fun. So we can kind of almost sit in one. We're doing that one at lunchtime, and then the boys can listen to it, and then with the girls, I'll study it a lot more, and we will listen quietly to music, and we'll write little bits on the little sheet that I've written, and then they can draw what they're hearing in the music, or they can dance to the music, or so it's something that I'm learning. I don't know, and I'm learning as we go along, but it's really fun.
Well, that's a great thing because then you can all be enthusiastic together.
Exactly, yes. Oh, this is new stuff I'm learning.
Yeah. And the children then see you learning and see your delight in learning.
Yes, that's true.
That's really good, isn't it? Yeah. Well, music in homeschool, music in home education, that's just a small introduction. Hope that's inspired you